Buongiorno, buonasera. In this video, you are going to learn a lot of Italian words about making coffee at home in Italy. Chapter 2, il caffè. Ma io volevo un tè.
Perché un tè? Stai forse male?
No, non sto male, volevo un tè. Va bene, parliamo in un altro video del tè. Prima però, sigla.
LIVO Learn Italian Vocabulary with me. LIVO Impara l'italiano con me. LIVO Learn Italian Vocabulary with me. LIVO Impara l'italiano con me.
Ciao and welcome to LIVO Learn Italian Vocabulary. Io sono Pietro and in this video we are going to talk about coffee. If you haven't watched the previous video about making coffee at home in Italy, the video was about the mocha coffee machine. Go and check it out. And now let's talk about what to put inside the mocha. Now, coffee in Italian, caffè, caffè, caffè. When you're making coffee at home, you can buy coffee in, let's say, two formats. The first is a format that I don't have here, and it's coffee in grains. In Italian, caffè in grani. Caffè in grani. Caffè in grani. And caffè in grani, as you might have guessed, means coffee in grains. Now, oddly enough, when you take the single grains of coffee singularly, you will seldom refer to them as grani, but more often you will call them chicchi. One coffee grain is one chicco, chicco, chicco. Two or more, plural, they're called chicchi, chicchi. Chicchi di caffè, coffee grains, chicchi di caffè. Of course, if you buy coffee in grains, you have to have a coffee grinder, and a coffee grinder in Italian is a macinacaffè. 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 From the verb macinare, which means to grind. The format that I prefer and that I find more practical is ground coffee. And in Italian, ground coffee is caffè macinato. Caffè macinato. Caffè macinato. And yes, you can read it here, can you? Caffè macinato. Now, I just took the coffees that I had available at home, so I have a bit of a variety in brands, but when this video reaches 100 likes,
By the way, put a like on this video.
I will go to the shop and buy the 5 most popular coffee brands in Italy, and I'll teach you how to pronounce their names, and we will read the label together. Now, first of all, I'm not a coffee expert. I just know what laymen in coffee terms know, and I know that there are 2 main categories when talking about coffee, 2 main varieties. The first is arabica, which in Italian is pronounced arabica. 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 And the arabica variety is the one that I prefer. In fact, I think that almost all of these are arabica, except maybe from this one. The other variety of coffee is robusta, which in Italian is robusta. 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 And then you can have blends. And when we're talking about coffee blends in Italian, we say miscela di caffè. Miscela di caffè. And miscela means a mixture. A mix between arabica, robusta, and maybe a mix between different varieties of coffee from maybe different parts of the world. Now, maybe you have already noticed, but here I have both caffeinated and decaf coffee, and in Italian, decaf is decaffeinato. 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 And the word decaffeinato is constructed by various parts. Now, caffè, you can hear it inside of the word. Caffeina. Caffeina is caffeine. Once again, caffeina is caffeine. Caffeinato means with caffeine, containing caffeine. Whereas decaffeinato, if you put the de first, it's decaf decaffeinated. So once again, decaffeinato. I think one of the most famous brands of Italian decaffeinated coffee is this one, and it's pronounced the Italian way, ag. So in Italian, the letter H almost has no citizenship in our alphabet. In fact, all the words beginning with the letter H, we pronounce them as if the H were not there. For example, when we go to a hotel, we say vado in hotel. Where is the H? I don't know. This coffee is hag. We say it ag. A famous Japanese car brand Honda, we pronounce it onda, just like the wave in the sea, which in Italian is onda. But I digress. Back to coffee. I have here a selection of brands. Some of these are known, some are not known. Let's start from probably the most famous Italian brand in Italy, and it's Lavazza. Lavazza. Whenever you have the 100% arabica variety, the brand that sells it usually advertises the arabica varieties as something gold, meaning it's the most precious variety. So in this case it's Lavazza Qualità Oro, and Qualità Oro means quality gold, so Lavazza gold quality. But let's have a look at the other coffees that I have here. Hag, in Italian Hag, is probably the most famous Italian brand for decaf coffee. Caffè decaffeinato. I have another container which makes me think back to my childhood. I remember the ad back from the 1980s showing this kind of coffee, and this is called Paulista, but the tin can, I like it. The tin can, barattolo di latta. Tin can, barattolo di latta. Barattolo di latta. And barattolo is can and latta is tin. Here we have another can, but it's not made of tin, rather kind of soft plastic. And this is another very famous Italian brand of coffee, and it's Illy. And by the way, I live about 20 miles from the factory where this coffee is made, and this is a decaf decaffeinato, Illy brand. And here I have a very unknown coffee brand. This is from Apulia, in Italian Puglia. I bought it last summer when I was on holiday in Puglia. And this coffee, I bought it because it has the name of my son, and it's called Bruno. Bruno. Caffè Bruno. So these were just a few words about coffee in grains, caffè in grani, and ground coffee, caffè macinato in Italian. And what is your favorite kind of coffee? How do you make coffee at home? Do you use caffè in grani? Do you use caffè macinato? Do you prefer arabica or robusta, or a mix between the two? Tell me in the comments below. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually make coffee at home as we Italians do. Remember that when this video reaches 100 likes, I will go and buy the 5 most popular coffee varieties in Italy and make a video on those varieties. Click the like button, pollice su, thumb up, mi piace, I like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you on the next of LIVO Learn Italian Vocabulary. Ciao!